let's see if this actually is working. Go to YouTube and go to my channel. Oh, nope, that's from yesterday.
I have the whole Planet of the Apes set.
Okay. Let's see if this thing tap on there, go live. Oh, hey. That's from yesterday. Okay, it's working. Turn the volume down here. Okay, well, I don't think anybody's had a chance to. Well, we got 2 people already. Yay! Hey guys. Okay. I'll probably be repeating this as people sign on. I'm here at Hurricane Hobbies with Ian, and what was 116 or 160?
Technically 116, but some of them are those small metal things.
Okay.
So there's like 112.
So we got over 100 kits. He bought out a collection, and there's just so much stuff here, and a lot of really cool stuff. Some of it looks a little on the rare side. So I was going to do, hey, let's, but I realized I'm going to have a video, and then I realized I'm going to have to take 112 photographs, go home, narrate it all, piece it all together. I haven't got the patience for that. So you're going to see me running back and forth with these things, but I'll start off with the stuff that's right here at my feet right now. And just to give you guys a quick overview of how much stuff we're talking about, it literally goes from that end of the counter all the way to the other end of the counter and all this stuff on the floor, the big stuff. And I don't have my expensive computer precariously perched on a very dicey stand. So, start off with, we have a Saturn V. This is the Estes. This is the big Estes Saturn V. And I don't think he's had a chance to price much of this yet. It says limited edition. Now, you guys may remember, I don't know, I think this is the kit that Vern Estes, he actually built one, took it out to the real Apollo 11 launch. And they put it, I think, on the cover. It's in the video I did about Estes. But they put it on the cover of their catalog, I think. But he had the Estes with the real Apollo 11 launching in the background, once in a lifetime shot. And anyway, I had a place to put it. And this is one of the Estes models that it looks like a scale model when it's done. They didn't have to make that much of a compromise for it to fly. Now here we have the Revell F-16N. And it's got the Top Gun. And yes, the Navy did have F-16s for aggressors. In fact, I made a total fool of myself once, which I've done many times before and after. But a guy told me he'd been an aircraft mechanic in the Navy. I said, "What'd you work on?" He said, F-16s. Air Force, the Navy doesn't have F-16s. And I was like, Mr. Smarty Britches. And he was like, "Oh, yeah, they do. They have the N model. There it is. And it's in Navy markings, aggressor markings for the aggressor squadron." So it took me about a month to wash that egg off my face. That's the danger of knowing what, but not everything. So here we have the Testors SR-71. And I forget, this box a little dinged up. I forget who made this originally. I know Italeri and Testors did a lot of them, but I don't think Hawk ever made the SR-71 because Testors did a lot of Hawk kits. But somebody's probably going to put in the comment section who originally made this. But and then we have, this is a great kit, the PDY from Monogram, and this is 1/48 scale. I have built this kit, it came in a much smaller box, but it is a good solid kit. In fact, this is the thing that I built to use in my Battle of Midway video. And okay, I just caught something. I've never noticed this particular box art before, but it's me, so we're going down the rabbit hole. There is an error in this box art. And prepare to be educated against your will. Okay, the airplane they're fishing out is a Grumman Avenger, the TBM, torpedo plane. You use the red and white stripes on the tail. See, the plane they're rescuing is an Avenger, and it has red and white stripes on the tail, as does the Catalina with the red dot, which means that it's pre-Battle Midway, pre-June 1942. Now, the only Avengers that were marked up like that did not see combat. Their first combat was a battle of Midway, and at that point, they had gotten rid of the red dot and blotted out the tail and made the whole rudder gray. Okay, so this scene never happened because although some of the Catalina still had red and white tails, they hadn't been marked up yet. All the Avengers had been, unless, of course, just like with the F-16N, there's always a possibility that some Avenger got out there that didn't catch up, but it wasn't in Midway, and because they were all repainted, that's pretty sure. That's a little known fact, and I'm going to say I'm 98% sure that scene didn't take place. Now, if you had put the just the white star and the gray tail on the Avenger, I'd have said, oh, okay, because some of the Catalinas didn't get updated for a while. But fact check me on that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. Now, if that had been a TBD, a Devastator, then different story. And I don't remember the Avenger having that much of a dorsal on the. It's almost more like a T-28 Trojan. So, but you know, you're an airplane geek when that's the kind of thing you lock in on. It's a good thing I love being me as much as I do because most other folks just tolerate it. The SR-75 Penetrator. Stand by for jet penetration of your airspace. That was from Strategic Air Command. I love that phrase when they're flying the B-47 into the PAR approach and the controllers are handing them off. Stand by for jet penetration of your airspace. You said penetration. Anyway, so this kit, I have seen it built before. I've never built it, but I don't think it did that well. So this actually might be a little bit of a rarish kit.
Is it real? It's not real.
No. This was something that, the kind of like Aurora, this is what they thought the follow-on to the SR-71 would be. And it's certainly a conceivable design. The one on the bottom has a aircraft on top of it, so it's acting as a mothership, a launch aircraft probably. But if you're like, the what-if airplane builder, that's a must-have. And since we're doing the Vietnam build, although this is like post-Vietnam colors, well, actually, one is, one isn't. We have the A6E Intruder from Revell. And 148 scale. The old Intruder, man, no guns, but it was a bomber. It pretty impressive. I mean, they only retired not that long ago. Thing had a long history with the Navy. Subsonic. Movie Flight of the Intruder. Okay, one of my personal favorites because my dad worked on them during the Korean War. This is an Air Force B-29, which means this is Korean War era or later. And, I'm sure it's the exact same kit as the World War II one. Just, they've tried, it says United States Air Force, so it's supposed to, 1948? I think the Air Force became an independent branch. And it's got, that's when they put the red stripes on the bars, I believe. So, 47 or 48. I love this. The buxom nose art censored. I don't know if that's actually supposed to be part of the yeah, not the Air Force of World War II, but judging by the way these things are flying, yep, there's the North Korean MiG chasing it. So, and it's in North Korean marking. So, good on you for getting that one right. And MiGs are what put the end to our daylight bombing program over Korea. The B-29s had to go in at night because they were easy targets for a jet. Speaking of bombers that had to bomb at night, we have testers, B-2, and I don't think I have to say anything about that. I'm not sure who originally made this kit, but it says value pack. Everything else, nothing else to buy, everything included. So it comes with the glue, red tube testers, some bottle paint and stuff. And I'd be interested to see somebody try to use what's in there to make the whole model.
Someone will complain to me after they buy it.
Oh, yeah. Now, I saw two of these at JaxCon. This is the AMT Ertl YXYD-35 Flying Wing. So, there we go. It is the ones I saw actually had metal foil skin on them, and they look great. What scale is this? This is 1/72nd scale. And here's an SR-71 from Testers, another one. Actually, yeah, SR-71. And I just built the Revell kit. I liked it. It went together very well. This is 1/48 scale for those of you who want something bigger. One place to put it. Now here's something I'd actually thinking about recently. This is the, feels like a fairly new Polar Lights Forbidden Planet C57D. And this movie, the importance of this movie cannot be overstated. But anyway, beautiful artwork. Looks like it's right out of the movie. There's Robbie the Robot down there too. So they must be when they're bugging out. Because like it looks like they're packing up. That's a great movie. Kind of the first quote-unquote serious science fiction. If I had a place to put that thing, I'd probably take it off your hands. So these RCs aren't part of it, right?
No, those are mine.
And we got some Star Trek stuff. Let's see. We have Polar Lights, a lot of Polar Light stuff here. $169. This is the Enterprise, and the original suggested retail price was $58. Our price $49. And because it's got, they're getting rare, it's up to $170, $169.99. I'm sure he can work a deal with you, although I cannot speak on his behalf. What scale is this thing? It's got to be the big one. 1 to 350. Yeah, it's the big one. All plastic level 2 for ages. Doesn't mention anything about lights, so I don't think it's a lighted kit. And speaking of Enterprises, here we have another Polar Lights. This is the 1 to 350 scale NX01. So at $249. Man, these things must be rare or something. Okay. Alrighty, now I'm going to start walking over to here to get stuff. Okay. I'll just grab all these to begin with. Bring them over here. I have to run back between each. You guys, just a second. Don't hang up on me yet. Now that I've held that A6, I got the thing to fly to the intruder in my head. Right. Okay. Here we have the Polar Lights Bat Bike. For those of you who don't know, Adam West was an avid motorcyclist, and he did his own riding and stuff. And Burt Ward was terrified of the little go-kart because they really did in the movie. They really did make him. That's him and that thing going around the helicopter when they shoot out there. Take one of your lead prime actors and shoot him out of a little unmotorized go-kart on pure inertia, going around a helicopter with blades and anti-torque rotors twirling. What could go wrong? I'm sure they ran that one by the insurance provider. Then we Robbie the Robot with I think this comes with Anne Francis, and somebody submitted one of these reviewers build recently. Did a beautiful job on it. I even when I did that here, the thanks to the Dreamberry Daryl helping out with the ode to the last remaining hobby shops, and we talked about how the C57D needs an Anne Francis. Needs an Anne Francis.
Hey, what's the scale of the C57-D?
What is the scale? Let me see if I can find a scale on here. It's not showing an actual scale. What's the scale? What's the scale? It's a big box. It's a big box. 1/72 scale. No wonder it's so bloody big. Yeah, that's great that this is 1/72 scale, because that means you won't have any trouble finding figures and stuff, aftermarket stuff and everything to put with it. Okay, now, that's on my Dan Monroe's channel. They talk about movies, monsters, and music. And I've got to make contact with him again. I think he's down in Florida right now. But anyway, this is the Spindrift, which he just did the video on. Apparently, one of the original studio models is being rehabilitated as we speak. Hopefully, it'll go on display someplace where we can see it. And I don't know how rare these are. This kit originally suggested retail was $22, and they had their price at $18. I have no idea what. Do you even know what you're going to charge for this stuff?
I just look on eBay and then mark it down like $10.
That makes sense.
20%.
Back to Lost in Space, Polar Lights, the Lost in Space diorama. I've had a couple of these submitted. You guys did great jobs on them. And, being that it was 60s TV, on us humans, everything we do is great. The monsters are bad. But, it's his planet. They're the invaders. You could rename this episode Lost in Space The Invaders about the humans. Remember, Frankenstein didn't ask to get made. Godzilla didn't ask to get nuked. King Kong was kidnapped off his island, and this guy's fighting off invaders on his home turf. So just saying. Danger, Will Robinson. No, Will Robinson, you are the danger. And, of course, we've had a few of these submitted. The Land of the Giant Serpent, which, by the way, I think is a pretty cool kit. I mean, I haven't built it, but it's just the people who sent pictures and the ones I've seen. It really is this amazing lifelike likeness of a snake. You did a good job on that one. That's Polar Lights. And, of course, from Lost in Space, we have the Space Pod. Personally, I think this is one of the coolest. I mean, that looks like a vehicle, a space vehicle. It really is a lunar lander looking or a lander looking thing. I think it's one of the best thought out designs. Okay. Let's see what to go with now. I guess we'll do the Batman stuff next. All right. Ugh. Got a bunch of Batman stuff. You guys saw the Bat Boat. This is the Revell kit. And the Bat Wing. Which, well, it looks like it was designed by the same guy who designed the Bat Boat. The Batmobile. That version of the Batmobile. That's the tri-fin, one on each wheel, a fairing, and one off the back. And then we have the other Batmobile, which has what looks like twin fins. So this is also by Revell monogram. And Robin's Redbird model kit. But, you know, it's Robin, so who cares? Okay. Alrighty. Now, IMAX, which is here in Florida, ironically, got some IMAX kits. We have the Armored Knight series. We have Kaiser Maximilian II. Kurfürst Frederick I. Elector Frederick I. I'm sure these are real historical people. Those names are just a little too... Oh, come on. You got to be kidding. This can't be his real name. I guess the P is silence. Pfalzgraf Otto Heinrich. What's a Pfalzgraf? Elector Otto Heinrich. Somehow this guy does not look like a staunch defender of democracy. I'm not sure what they call him, the Elector. And then we get in, Batu Batman. We have Dr. Freeze. They call him Mr. Freeze, but I believe it was Dr. Freeze. Maybe it was Mr. Freeze. I know one of the comic book guys is going to correct me on that. Oh, let's see. Now we got 50 people on board. Hey, everybody. Everybody saying hi to you and me.
Hi.
Hi, guys. All right. Okay, now for, you know what? Let's do more Batman stuff before we get to the other thing. Here we have the Action Pack. Now, this is more my speed. The original Batplane model and Batmobile models. That's... Dig what's on back. All right, that's just awesome with like the original Batmobile ideas. 1960 DC comic book Batmobile, and unlike some of them, that airplane actually looks like something to fly. Oh, okay, is that Steve? There he is. Hey. Oh, hold on. We're gonna get to the cars later. You already put the cars back on the shelf, right?
Yeah, it was just stock cars unless he saw something in that picture that was interesting.
Yeah, he said it's just stock cars. I don't know if you guys can speak up. I can't put the phone where I normally do, so hopefully everybody can hear you.
Okay.
But I'm holding up the 2-in-1 box there, playing in 1960s Batmobile from Polar Lights, which are, I guess repops. But he's got the 1940s Batmobile, the Bat Gyro, and all this other stuff on back, which if only that was all included. Oh, wait a minute. Also available in 1/64th. Also disponible à l'échelle. I don't know if it's French or Italian. Anyway, so apparently those cars are available from Polar Light. Oh, no, wait. Oh, that's the Johnny Lightning brand. Okay, I'm sorry, these ads on back are for Johnny Lightning, but there's the kits. I'm not dissing on Johnny Lightning, mind you. Okay. So, we're lost in space. Here we got the Jupiter 2 and the Polar Lights kit. And, you know, we ought to just box up all of this lost in space stuff, send a picture to Dan Monroe, go, so, what am I bid? I don't know if he builds models or not, but. All righty. Okay. So, let's go with Planet of the Apes. Oh, man, we got a fair amount of Planet of the Apes stuff. We have General Ursus. You know, he was, if I recall, he was always kind of the troublemaker. And then we have Dr. Zaius, the permanent bureaucrat.
Wasn't General Ursus, wasn't that Claude Akins?
Claude Akins, I believe so. I know that the guy that played Inspector Luger, Gregory something Gregory, Peter Gregory, anyway, from Barney Miller. You know, Barney, things are at the old one too. He played one of the generals. Claude Akins played one of the generals, and but I can't remember which movies they were. And although you got to admit, the gorillas were usually, although they were always kind of like the local, you know, even amongst the apes, they were always the plotters and schemers and the troublemakers. But they did make some of the most interesting characters. And somebody's probably correcting me on
I want to know, where's the Nova kit?
Hold on. Oh, yeah. I am trying so hard not to make the joke that everybody made about Nova. You know, the beautiful girl who couldn't talk. There's Cornelius, and Roddy McDowall, of course, always played the lead chimpanzee. And Dr. Zira. And I think that was that Kim Hunter?
Kim Hunter, yes, it was.
And
long way from Requiem for a Heavyweight.
yeah. But the great thing was about playing a character like Dr. Zira is an actress didn't have to worry about if she was getting older or something like that because of all the makeup.
It's true. If you got her nose petted.
And she's still the leading lady. So, let's see. Okay. That's all the Planet of the Apes stuff. Now, we have some Japanese buildings. These things are amazingly detailed. These are 1 to 400 scale, and it's Japanese architecture. Whoops. And I did find a 1 to 144 pagoda that, you know, like when you get a 1 to 144 pagoda Japanese building, that has got to go with Godzilla. But the 1 to 400s, well, it depends on which Godzilla. But I mean, you know, you put these 4 together, the Aurora Godzilla, you get yourself a pretty rocking diorama.
Well, get the King Kong in there too.
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, yes. That. But get rid of the Fay Ray because that King Kong was a lot bigger. All right, so we got some stuff here. Let's see. From Star Wars, we have the Rancor monster. My understanding, I could be wrong, but I think this is a rare kit. The Rancor monster from Star Wars. And you were saying you had the toy, right?
My cousin had the toy.
My son had the toy, and his best friend's father named him. He called him Doug.
Well, everyone I know who had the toy, including me, and everybody just loved it.
Yeah.
Halcyon. You know, there are not a lot of Halcyon kits, and this is the Predator 2 Predator creature. You know, good luck finding one of those. Box is kind of crushed, but I'm sure the kit inside's probably okay. All right. Then we have the fictitious Dilophosaurus spitter from Jurassic Park. Although I gotta admit, it was a pretty cool, probably one of the most terrifying creatures. Anytime you get something with that many teeth and poison that can get in the car with you, that's terrifying. And let's see, which one do I want to go here? We're still doing sci-fi. Yeah, so, whoops, come back here, I'll fall over. Okay, so in sci-fi, I saw some, oh yeah, okay. This is the more recent AMT USS Enterprise. the 50th anniversary version, and it's the one that's 650. So it's kind of what you might call the normal kit model Enterprise. I was working on the Vietnam video and had the Intruder, and I used some of the music from Flight of the Intruder for background music for part of it. And then when I picked up the Revell Intruder, that tune got stuck in my head. Okay, Star Wars Shadows of the Empire. I will admit I'm not very familiar with that, but they have the Virago for the super hardcore Star Wars fan. Uh-oh, that popped open. So what is this? That's real space. We'll get back to that. Okay, now we have more Star Wars. We have the MPC X-Wing. I think that's a kit just about everybody built. And we had the Bondi X-Wing and Y-Wing. Probably Gold Flight and Red Flight. And they were brave lads who took the Y-Wing into battle. Speaking of Y-Wings, to be honest with you, this is still kind of my favorite. This is a Snap Tight. This is still kind of my favorite Star Wars ship. I don't know why. Kind of, my brother and I used to call it the Hawker Hurricane of space.
These were the two rare cars. I forgot.
Oh, okay.
This one's like crazy expensive on
Okay. This is back to the Lost World Jurassic Park. You're talking about the cars. This is the Mercedes, the M-Class from Jurassic Park. Yep. Apparently, this kit is really stupid expensive on eBay. And the other thing he got was kind of unusual was the Massey Ferguson John Deere tractor, the 4430.
I try to get tractors, but all I can get is like the Lamborghini and the Porsche ones. And like just regular tractors. People want regular tractors.
Yeah, people like models regular tractors. I'm not surprised. Yeah. Okay. Now, a little more sci-fi here. Oh, here is a quad AMT Earl, so it's not that vintage, but it's a quasi-vintage original Enterprise. And this is the kind of thing that I bought and built. And from Star Wars, we have the Gungan Sub for all you fans of the prequels. Okay. Now, set these on the floor. Now, we have the Tidarium Shuttle. These things have gotten a little hard to find. And the rest, these are all Star Trek. We have a Enterprise B kit. This is the big AMT kit. I say big, the box is big. We have the Next Gen, the D. And 18 inches long, includes stand. Make sure you got a place to put it. And of course, the BOP, Klingon bird of prey, K-Bop. The Koreans have K-pop, Trekkies have K-Bop. Of course, Klingon battle cruiser, a late model. The oh come on, I know this class. Not the K9, not the K7 has a name. Heckgummit. I mean, it's a battle cruiser, but it's I'm sorry, give them names. And we have a runabout. These have gotten kind of pricey too, I think. So okay, so in sci-fi, what else do we have? There's something I haven't seen in forever. This may be the first time I've actually seen this kit. This is the Sequest DSE kit. I don't think I've actually seen one before. It's molded in dark color.
Monogram kit, right?
Yes, it is monogram.
Yeah. Do you have Darwin?
Well, it's got the little. I don't know if that comes in the kit or not, but.
No, that was a separate kit that was Darwin.
Oh, okay. Hey, this is kind of like an attempt to remake Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea.
Yeah. Which which Darwin was actually the original flipper kit.
Oh, really? Okay, that makes sense. So, dolphin's a dolphin to our eyes.
And they just, added some stuff to it.
Yeah. All right, let me see if I got more sci-fi before I move on to another category. Sort of. We do have a little bit of real space. We have Heller's Soyuz Progress. We've got a couple of those. And we have the Mir Space Station. This is a snap tight kit from Revell. We also, here's a sci-fi kit. This was, I forget which movie, this is their Nautilus submarine. Supposed to be the Jules, where with peel and stick. This is made for kids. I think this is the made for TV one, I'm not sure, but I doubt that kit did all that well. All right, now, the only armor, we have a little bit of armor up here. These, I think, came from a different collection. I may have mentioned these before, but he's got the King Tiger from Dragon and the Su-85 Soviet tank destroyer, also from Dragon. These two would make a nice pairing. It was an excellent battlefield scene, y'all. Okay. All righty. So, one more thing before we get into the airplanes and missiles and helicopters.
There's some land vehicles too.
Okay. Oh, yeah, there's a little more armor. We have dinosaurs from Aurora. These have the Aurora name, but they're, the repops using the Aurora brand. We have the Triceratops. We have the Pteranodon. Pteranodon. And thing on back looks pretty creepy. Aerial view. The artist did some nice landscapes. Pteranodon. We've got two of those. And, of course, a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And the one thing that even a T-Rex couldn't best. Okay, we got a few more land vehicles. What is this? Fuke TPZ-1 Fuchs A6 ABC. And it's an armored personnel carrier of modern Germany, post-war Germany. And Fuchs is the name. Okay, A6. We have the TPZ-1 Fuchs. Different variant of the same vehicle. And we have the SPPZ-2 Lux A2 S4. And basically an armored car. Well, it's more than that. And here. Then we have the Lux, same six-wheel vehicle, but a different version of the PZ2. Alrighty. All four of those, you can make yourself your own German light armor scout company. Okay, the M32 recovery vehicle. This is basically a Sherman turned into a recovery vehicle. This is probably, it's an Italeri kit marketed by testers. And we have the Zundap. I built this as a kid, the Zundap motorcycle. I didn't have the one with the sidecar. Mine was a Tamiya, though. And I have the Tester's Land Rover. A lot of people know Land Rover was actually post-war. And then we have this is like a good build for the Vietnam build. It's a Vietnam-era Navy SEAL. Right. Oops. Here. Okay. Whew. Creep my back here. Now we move to the watercraft. Start off with Revell's Harbor Tug. God, it looks like that ocean liner behind it's about to run it over, even though it's not. Oh, here's something Ken would like, the Skipjack Oyster Boat. It's a sailboat. That's by Lindbergh. It even comes box Vita, but even comes with the rigging string. There's one for Bruce, the Mystic one of our ships. Oh, huh. Pilgrim ship, the Mayflower. Yep. Guys sat up there at Plymouth Rock when that thing landed. Like, well, there goes the neighborhood. We have the USS Dallas versus Soviet Alpha from Hunt for Red October. Way to go, Big D! That's Dragon. I think a good little companion set. We have two of the Sea Shadow experimental stealth ships from Revell. I say we, none of this stuff mine. Torpedo boat PT-117. The British Voss war motor torpedo boat.
I'm going out.
Okay. A Roman warship, very Ben-Hur. Stroke, stroke. Well, we have Lindbergh's Gato class submarine, very basic kit, but nothing wrong with it. And from Encore models, we have these 1 to 400 scale Soviet submarine fleet. Includes 3 kits with decals and markings. That's something you don't see every day. Encore kits are common. Los Angeles class submarine, New York. From REI. REE. 1 to 700 scale. Interesting box art. Not sure what kind of helicopter that's supposed to be. We also have the monogram Flying Sub. I built this kit a while back, did a build video. One thing I warn you, if you're going to build this kit, make sure you get all the internal structure glued together before you paint it, and that it fits properly and everything. Do a lot of test fitting. And then once everything's test fitted, then go back and paint the structure separately and put it back together. I pre-painted everything, and because all the way the fiddly little parts fit to make the internal framing, made a bit of a mess out of it. The only saving grace was once it was together, you couldn't see it. So, Mark from Montana just did a video a while back about the wingnut wings kits and how you, once you test fit everything, make sure you leave those surfaces bare before you, because if you pre-paint everything and put it together, the fits are so tight that even the paint is enough to keep it from fitting properly when you're done. So we got the Revell U505. Das Boot. Okay, ready for the subs. Okay, so we move to the surface fleet. USS Forrestal by Revell. Mostly Revell kits. 1 to 5/42 scale. Okay, wait a minute. Is that it for the floaties? I believe we've completed our thing with the Surface Navy. So, speaking of submarines, how about how to hunt them? Oh, from the TV show, the Wings documentary series, the Lockheed S3 by AMT. Of course, that's all just a marketing thing. The Wings was originally called, I think, the Great Plains, and then they changed the name to the Wings. But anyway, I know a couple of guys who've flown these things. Apparently, not only a great little airplane, but has one of the best safety records of carrier operations in the Navy, if I'm not mistaken. Buff, the mighty Buff. This is from Shanghai Dragon, and it is a 1 to 200 B-52G. And the box has seen better days. I have no idea if the kit's complete or not. From Heller in France, we have Air France 747. That's the 747-200 AF, and it's in 1 to 125 scale. Another Heller kit. This is an unusual airplane. The Dornier 27 costs a C-127, so I guess the Spanish made it on license. I know it was a pretty popular stall plane. I think we used them a lot down in Africa. Here we go. Da, 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 da. A Revell A6E again, only this is the 1/72nd scale version. Da, 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 dun, 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 dun. And of course, this is one of the greatest kits of all time, the F-15 in 1/48 scale, the Eagle by Monogram.
Yay. Undefeated.
That's right, baby. Put this in Jacksonville FANG, Florida Air National Guard markings. Oh, speaking of Vietnam, we'll get to that in a second. Now, if you feel like building something fiddly that's got tons of small parts, here's the Hawkeye by Fujimi. Now, I have not built this kit, but I know it's Fujimi. And what is Fujimi Japanese for? Lots of tiny fiddly. 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 Okay, we got the Hasegawa. It's the first Hasegawa we've come across. There's 3 of them. The Harrier, this is the British GR Mark III. And we've got the MH-60G Pave Hawk, U.S. Air Force. And, of course, the Blue Angels Hornet. Now, get to the chopper. The Revell UH-1H. I have got so much time in these things. This is the 1/32nd Revell kit, and if it's the one I'm thinking of, they never really got the nose shaped quite right on it. But I built as I might have built as a kid. But the UH-1H, man, which is basically a UH-1D with an extra hydraulic system, if I'm not mistaken, or power boost on the controls. But I'm sure there were other changes. But man, this helicopter is the DC-3 of helicopters. I mean, it is a chopper by which all others are measured. And one of the most interesting choppers, I have seen these many times. I remember this. Hell, I get this kit just out of nostalgia. The CH-54 Sky Crane, the Tarhe, however you say it. My brother had this box art on his wall, if I'm not mistaken. He built that very kit. Yeah, that looks like one of the originals, all right. Yeah, got the decal sheet. Looks like it's in usable condition. I just might have to set this one aside for myself. Love that artwork. I heard rumors. They used to tell tales in the Army that one of these things dropped a pod with a bunch of people in it, but I've never been able to confirm that. I think that's apocryphal. I have. Is this the one I built? I built a MiG-29. No, this is 1/72nd scale. This is the Testers kit. It's also a Fujimi Testers. So I assume it's a Fujimi kit marketed by Testers, but I don't know that. But. Now, okay. Before I show you this one, I am going to freely admit I've never even heard of this kit. It is not a real aircraft. And I didn't know Testers ever did this. The XR7 Thunder Dart, which sounds like what I do after a chili dog, but I might have to put this one aside just out of the cool thing. It looks like a kit batch. Hey, what parts we got? Let's put a bunch of them together and make it. What are we going to call it? Let's call it the Thunder Dart. No, it's the Thunder Dart. But you know they're going to call that the Thunder Fart. Here we have the F-16C by Testers Italeri. And that's 1/72nd scale. What won't fit?
It's Italeri. It won't fit together.
Fujimi is Japanese for fiddly. Italeri is for Italian for it does not fit. Here we have the Italeri Testers F-14, the Black Bunny, the Playboy Tomcat. Actually, pretty cool paint scheme. Oh, more choppers. MH-60K Special Ops. UH-60. And even, of course, I know it's small scale. Was it, 1/72. But helicopters are hard to get right in 1/72nd scale. I don't know why they just are. Compound curves, I guess. Then we have the Super Cobra limited edition by MRC. And MRC did not put out a lot of kits. I don't know if somebody else made that for him. Pretty cool looking chopper, though. I mean, remember that this started life essentially as a Huey.
That'd be great.
This has a direct lineage to that. So, and you can see it in the tail boom and the skids and a few other places. I mean, they're very different helicopters, but that's where it came from. That was its ancestry. And the F-117A. We actually have a built one over there, but it's a different scale. Okay. Das Hindenburg-Schiff LZ-169. The Hindenburg. 1 to 720 scale. And let's see. I think we're whittling them down here. We only got a few left. All right. The Israeli F-21A Kafir adversary. I believe it was the Marines leased some of these from the Israelis. It's basically an Israeli Mirage. What was it, Mirage 2000? Or Mirage 3? Yeah, whatever it is. An Israeli Mirage. F3, I think. Then we have Longbow Apache. This is, it's not a snap tight, is it? Anyway. This is also 1/72nd scale by Italeri. And a guy I knew from my previous airline flew these. He was an instructor in them. Sadly, he was killed in one. They were sitting on the ground and a Black Hawk taxied into him. He was a really great guy. Patrick, that was his name. Great helicopter, great system. We have the same thing, Italeri. This is the H-1W Super Cobra in smaller scale, Italeri testers. And our last one is, I actually have one of these on my desk that I haven't finished. The missile display for Monogram, US and USSR. And I think that's everything. Now I got to put all this stuff away. Oh, gosh, my back's killing me now. Oh. So all of that stuff is stuff that Ian got in the slot purchase, and he got a bunch of cars. You said they're mostly just NASCAR?
Yeah, the other ones. The tractor and that other car were the really only interesting cars.
Okay. So all the other cars are pretty pedestrian. Now, one other thing to show you. So I got to move all this stuff out of the way so I can get to it. Our friend Brett, who does all those amazing builds, got Ian's radio-controlled Swift boat, which came out of the box looking like it just come out of the factory. We can't have that. And given that we're doing a Vietnam build, it actually fits in very nicely with the... Just take a picture of that. Okay, let me move this over here. Actually, I need to move this stuff out of the way. It's what's keeping me from walking around. No, not that one. Well, I mean, yeah, that one. Making a pig's breakfast out of all this. There's no organization. Okay. What? Okay, now I can walk around and show you this. Don't let me break this, Ian.
Fix it.
Okay. This is Ian's RC Swift boat that it was done up and weathered and everything by Brett. Right down to the spent shell casings under the Maudus.
Show where the got shot up and the guy got hit.
Yeah, one of the crew got hit. That's why you don't walk the deck in a gunfight. And there's Spent 50 cal rounds in the tub up top side. The little pirate flag. Yeah, he did beautiful detail work. You got that grungy, moldy stuff that comes from being out in the jungle, man. Algae grows on everything. Trust me, I've been in the jungle. That's no exaggeration.
Yeah, it's not historic. I had him put 16 because I like 16.
Okay, so the number's not historic. Good, then no one could take offense. Say, oh, it was my boat. All right. Okay, I got it back on its rack. Nothing broken. If anything happens now, it wasn't me. Oh, wow. You said you also got some Metal Earth kits? Oh, you don't have to get them. I just,
Yeah, those are these little things.
Yeah.
There's a nice one in here. There's some second kind of satellite or something in here.
Oh, okay. So what do you get in the middle? Yeah, like I have the patience to do the Saturn V in Metal Earth. It's got a couple of those. Millennium Falcon. Enterprise D. I think that's the F-15. I did the F-22, I think. Look like crap. These are a lot harder to build. There's a shuttle. Another F-15. Ah, there's the one I did. I did this one. And it maybe came out halfway that good. And we got the Apollo with the command module. Oops. Oh. I don't have the eyesight of the fingers for those things.
These are some old RC cars that I bought. These are all low seat. They're like little sprint cars.
You need somebody else's fingers to build those.
Yeah. They can take the cuts. Here are some RC cars, sprint cars that he got. Yeah, these are vintage. They're not, stuff here isn't old, it's vintage. Like me. Yeah, that's the end of the good stuff. Oh, criminies. I've been home, hit the ground running. Haven't stood still since I got off the plane 2 days ago. But that's life. Life is that thing that gets in the way of building models. What is that old saying? Life is the thing that happens while you're making plans.
Yeah.
All righty. Oh, wow. Oh, okay. So now I got to organize all this stuff because I unorganized it. Like I ever get bored organizing models. Sometimes I think organizing the stash is half the reason you buy models, just to get more stuff to play with.
I told
just pretend you're in Hobby Lobby.
I responded in the chat that I couldn't keep you from rearranging the shelf.
Well, if they get it right, I wouldn't have to. I'm pretty sure that they arrange the cells correctly. When they see me come and they start moving stuff around and sit in the corner and snicker.
No, I just throw it on there.
Let's see what he does now.
Well, hold on now. I have heard that one of the reasons that Hobby Lobby moves its stuff around the way it does and it's not all grouped is to get people to browse, to make them look for stuff so they see other stuff, which is, I guess.
Ron told me to do.
Yeah, that's what Ron told you to do that. Yeah, so, maybe I'm doing you a disservice by arranging it. I know when I go in, I like to see all the tanks together. I like to see stuff in descending order of age or something close to it. World War II stuff together. But, of course, that never stopped me from browsing. Oh, boy. I'm going to read some comments here. Let's see. Yeah, life is the thing that happens when you're building models. I gotta squat down things. I'm getting to that age, man, where I grunt every time I get up or sit down. Chop some mess, better call Max. One of the flea market vendors up here got them made, his business logo, and that's pretty cool.
You want to sit down and talk to him?
Oh, yeah, God, please. Thank you. Boom. There we go. All right. There we go. Now you can see lots of models around me. So, well, as long as I'm here and got the phone, we got nothing else going on. What's going on, guys? I have started putting together the Vietnam build video. Technically the deadline is the last day of this month, which I think I'm actually going to be on the road that day. Let me check real quick. Oh, God. Nope, I'm home. So I should be able to get it out the 31st or Monday the 1st. So the video, hopefully, will go up Monday the 1st. I've gotten 2 sections done. I've gotten the helicopter section done and the Navy jet section done. Unless more pictures show up, but I can always, they're not compiled yet. They can still be rearranged. And let's see here. But, I'm not, Ian has to go through basically eBay and figure out what these things should be selling for. I doubt the testers kits normally are particularly rare, sought after items, but some of the stuff, like the Rancor monster, I don't think you're going to find. I mean, I could be wrong. I imagine somebody's on eBay right now checking it out.
Testers kits are like 17 to 25.
Yeah, they're just not. The old Hawk kits that they made, they didn't even change, and it was nothing wrong with the Hawk kits back in the 50s and 60s when they're being made, but they're still. I think pretty sure they're still using the old molds, so they're asking $10-15 those things a little but unless it's a nostalgia build. It's funny. And stay with me on this, guys. You find back here so Steve talks, you guys can hear him. If you find a Hawk kit in a vintage Hawk box, and it's all really the old thing, it's like, oh, that's the one I built when I was 12. It's got the Thunderbolt with the propeller spinning, sitting on the ground or something like that, or it's got the artwork of the T6 taken off. And you see that, you go, oh, that's even if it's a repop, especially if it's an original, you'll actually pay something for that. But when you see the exact same kit in the white tester's box, you're kind of like, man, I'm not giving you $10 for that. And it's just, it doesn't evoke anything. I think these white boxes were never the greatest idea. Although I will admit that some of the Tamiya armor on the white box, like that hunting tiger, my brother got one of the first white box kits, and it was the German hunting tiger. It was Tamiya, and for some reason that worked. I don't know why, but it was still artwork, even though it was on a white background.
I don't know if this is acrylic, but somebody asked about mirror chrome, or chrome paint. That's the best chrome I've ever seen.
It's Spastics.
Yeah, it's made to paint on the inside of
polycarbonate.
Yeah, polycarbonate bodies. But if you put the backer on and then spray it on top, it looks really like chrome too. So I would look that up on the interwebs and see how that works.
Okay.
For the person.
So guys, someone was asking about mirror chrome or Spastics.
I don't know if it's acrylic though.
I've used the stuff that was, well, let's see, what does it say here? It should say. Normally they have ingredient acetone, propane, isopropyl alcohol, N-butane, ethyl acetate. Okay, what does that make? Does that make acrylic or does that make lacquer? If it's got isopropyl alcohol, I'm inclined to think it's an acrylic and they're using isopropyl as a thinning agent. That would be my guess. You'd think it would say here. Huh. It does not say. Okay.
It's real chromy, though.
It's real chromy. Ha! We ought to get that flying wing and cover it with this stuff and see what happens. Kind of like when they flew the airplane. Let's fly a plane with no fuselage or tail and see what happens. And that's why it's named Edwards Air Force Base.
I'm going to do a Mercedes C11 in that.
You're going to do a Mercedes C11 in this?
Yeah.
An RC?
Yeah, I'm going to paint this in that. It's going to look awesome. So I'll show it to you when I'm done.
So this is what he's going to use that on. The Tamiya Mercedes C11, the 1990. And Ian is the RC guy on cars. So, where's this other? Oh, this ain't that bad. $159. That ain't bad.
Yeah, it's got no electronics in it.
That's a 110 scale. No, but I mean, for a 110 scale Tamiya car, that's not bad.
Molotov, the crowd says the Molotov markers are really good and they self-level good for a small piece, but if you're doing something bigger.
Which ones were those?
Molotow
markers. They flow out very well.
Some people have emptied those into an airbrush.
Some people emptied them into an airbrush. That's an endorsement. I think this would look great in chrome. So would a B29. It's like telling the mix, here I am. Come and get me. I dare you. Nah, you do not want to do this guy in chrome. That would, well, if you wanted to be authentic. You know, this guy's got a really angry look on his face, but if you made me strap me up in that thing and I couldn't go potty either, I'd probably have that look also, kind of constipated looking. Ooh, yeah, that might work in chrome. They've got some builds of these things on the side panels, and I gotta admit, they're pretty impressive. Cure first. Cure first. It's got the umlaut over the U, so I think there's a special way to pronounce it. All right. Well, tomorrow, I guess we might still have a live stream tomorrow, but when I came in here, I was like, this just begged to be. Thing is, I know these live streams at weird times of day and stuff and weird days a week, you know, we're not getting the draw we normally get because people are at work or at church or something like that. So when I can, I'll get back to Saturday nights at our usual time. But for right now, this is I'm getting them in when I can because they got so much stuff going on out in the real world. Doggone it, real world interferes with my model building. I haven't touched the Caribou. It's laying on my desk, literally behind me. But you know, those YouTube videos aren't going to watch them make themselves. I don't know. Parts of this would be good in chrome and parts of it in aluminum because the B29 had several different panels. That could be a quick cheat to.
Hey, is Steve there?
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, what?
Here, Steve, show Steve this.
Oh, Steve's going to like this.
This is my kit. In 1985, McDonald's had Hot Wheels cars that if you bought something, you for 76 cents, you get a Hot Wheels car. And this is the complete set of all the cars from 1985. And like, not all of these were mine. Like this is my original one. See, this is how it is a Dixie Challenger. This is how it came. But this was mine because it went through so many iterations. Like I carved the General Lee into it, and then I decided it was black, and then I did a bunch of stuff.
The wife is calling.
Oh no, the wife.
Okay, you entertain him for a minute. Show him your cars. I'm going to take this.
Okay,
Steve, I'll call you back in a minute.
Hello, welcome to Ian's Hot Wheels Corner. Here's my cars that I got from 1985, and my dad used to travel a lot. And then he would go out and then get me cars when he was traveling and then bring them back to me. And when I was a kid, I had the Dixie Challenger, which is kind of like a ripoff General Lee. In the beginning, they actually had a Confederate flag on there, I think, and then they had to change that. So that's interesting. And then they had, I had this van, this like surf van thing, which was really cool because the hood opened up on this, which was It's a neat thing. And I had this funny car. I remember this. I had this. This isn't mine, but I rebought this. But the funny car opened up, so that was really neat. And then I had, this was probably my favorite one that I used the most. This was a little Jeep CJ, little Jeep. I had one exactly like this that came from McDonald's. And then my favorite car out of all these.
I'll be back with you so you and Ian can go over the cars.
My favorite car was this. This is a Fireball Junior. And this guy had the red wheel or the gold wheels, and these rolled really good. And this is my best rolling car. I don't have my original one. I don't know where he went. I think I lost him in a stream when I was a kid. And I got this one, and it's not great because it's kind of like sandy, like the top of it's like been sandblasted or something. So I'm going to look for another one of those. But that, and funny enough, the 200 SX, which is not a performance car at all, this is like one of my best rolling ones back in the day. And it had metallic paint. It had like, not Spectraflame, but metallic paint, which was really
Fireball one's hard to find.
And then this my friend who does Hot Wheels, he'd never seen this car before, but these are really neat. So check this out. Oh, and also, back in the day, one of the cars I had was this car, the Land Speed car. See? This camera's weird. But check this out. So this car right here, see, this is a cop car, and it drives along, and it's like, and then see it right there? And then you go, wham, and you smash it with the other car, and then, like, the door smashes. And then you take it, and then you roll it up, and it clicks there with it like a spring, and then you could get into accidents with your Hot Wheels, and then you go, and then it's all banged up, and it's pretty cool. But like people haven't seen it. I don't know, but I mean it's like legit Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheel cars for girls.
Yeah, no, it's like a makeover Hot Wheels. What does it say? Hong Kong? Oh, it's Hong Kong. It's not even Malaysia. Hong Kong Hot Wheels, but see. It's pretty neat. The door rolls up, and then it clicks into place, and then when it presses down, the spring catch goes, and then it flips down. And I had another one where like the front of it did it, like the whole front flipped around. It's pretty cool. But those are neat. So that's my Hot Wheels collection. Well, that's a section of my Hot Wheels collection. But these are all from 1985 or roundabouts there. Oh, and an interesting thing about this one was. In this set that they offered at the McDonald's, what the McDonald's is, if you were on the East Coast, you could get this car, but on the West Coast they had this car, which were different cars. So it's like a 14-car set, but it's different in depending on where you lived. So that's cool. And then. Okay, that's it. I want to take over your whole stream like I always do.
Your stack of models.
I can't see comments. Are there any comments? Are people saying?
I have no idea. Phone's over there.
You all remember playing with them and having.
Oh yeah. And here's the original. Here I have these other. I don't know if you guys like Hot Wheels and Matchbox, but when I was these are from my grandmother's basement. I was able to recover these. So this is a Matchbox bus I used to play with when I was a kid. I got that, and then I have one original Hot Wheels. That's the rocket guy, the original. I don't know what year this was, 69 or something. But this is like original one. It hasn't been redone. You know, it's the way it was. And then I think this is like a Ertl car. This car used to pull a trailer and the doors opened on it, which is cool. And that was mine when I was a kid. And then I had the Space Shuttle Command Post thing. It had a door that opens and closes, which was cool. And I got this, but it had a little antenna on the top. And it was broken. It was always broken when I was a kid. So I bought this one. And this is the same one, except it's got the little antenna dealy bob on there, which is cool. And then all these other cars, they're just like, this is part of my, when I had the car wrecks in the intersection, like this is part of my car wreck car that I would lay out. And then I had these cheap drugstore, dollar cars from back then. This truck here and this truck were my cousins, and I stole them because they were jerks. So now I have your cars. Yeah, so 40 years later, if you guys are looking, I got your trucks. That's where they are. So screw you guys. You guys were always mean to me. And then, and grandmother always loved you, and she hated me. So that's what happens.
No issues.
No issues. I've forgotten everything. Oh, but this is a really nice car. This is a Matchbox car, the Ferrari, Pioneer Ferrari. So that was another good one. But okay, I think that's it. Thanks.
I'm trying to fix the mess that I made. So, Star Trek, Lost in Space. Oh, crap, I got now. Star Wars. Okay. It's not OCD. It's just being proficient. Playing Jenga with models. Come here. Let's see here, folks. Move along. Move along.
82 T-Bird.
Okay. Now, that stays there. This goes to the airplanes.
This one, the 82 T-Bird. Is that what he's talking about?
We got.
Boop, boop. That's a Thunderbird, right? I don't know what are these cars are.
That looks like a Thunderbird, yeah. Is that's the retro Thunderbird that they did, yeah, in the 80s or whenever it was.
Yeah, that was a nice one.
Wars. That goes to Star Wars. The Rancor monster. Okay, there's Robbie. There's the apes.
Yeah, 57 T-Bird.
Bat Cycle. Goes with Batman, the Cape Crusader. Oh, that's not bad. Where'd I put that? Oh, it's over here. Okay. That like that.
You don't have to rearrange them because I just got to shelve those in the back.
What?
I don't have time to price all of it. So I'm just going to put these on the table in the back.
You know what you could do? Just leave them right here. Put a big sign. Make offer. We'll look on eBay.
Yeah.
But if the eBay price is higher, you have to pay it.
Yeah. Whatever. I give people less. I get like if they want to buy stuff and then sell it on eBay, I want there to be room. For them to do that if they want.
Yeah.
So I just want to move.
These you need to keep together because they're from the same movie.
Oh, okay.
And if somebody's going to buy one, like me, maybe, you want to lure them.
Right.
First one's free, kid.
And the Planet of the Apes will keep together because that's the whole
Yes,
set.
yes. In fact, you should sell it. You could consider someone's. You could tell any kid you pay sticker for the CF57D. I'll toss in Robbie and Anne France.
Oh yeah, there you
And I don't know a little boy around that doesn't want. Never mind. I ain't gonna go any further with that one. That analogy's about to land me in trouble. Well, in that case, let me put Robbie and Ann up here. Ooh, that may be asking too much of this desk. All right. Let me. I got an idea. Just always words to fear when I say them. Be right back, guys. Whoa.
Yeah, red line card. That's what it's called.
What?
It's called a red line card. The original red line card.
Oh, the original red line card. Okay. All right. I'm not sure where to put this thing. Okay. Oh, okay. Here we go. He's tempting fate.
Oh, is Steve still there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah, Steve. My guy couldn't get those Porsches.
Oh, well.
He tried.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, he tried to. He couldn't. He didn't get them.
Well, thanks for asking.
Yep.
Robbie goes there. Apes go on top. You know, the popularity of the
Well,
rebirth.
here's my. You can just talk to the people. I'm sure they don't want to watch you just shelving stuff.
No,
This is my newest neat little Porsche that I didn't know that they had. Apparently, it's from 2023, and I completely missed it. But it's a tune. Why is the camera's all backwards?
what? Yeah, it does things in reverse.
Okay. Well, the
Mirror image.
it's a tuned Hot Wheels, so they're Hot Wheels that look like cars, but they're
Right.
They're funny. They're funny, like cartoony looking. And this is a 911.
Yeah, Yeah, I got one of those.
Yeah, it's like a 993, I guess.
Yeah.
That's yeah, I didn't even know about it. I was like, oh, that's a cool looking little car to see.
They got a Charger like the one from Fast and the Furious.
Oh yeah, I gave that to a kid. So it was really nice. The other day, this guy came in. We know him. He's a Hot Wheels guy, and he came into the store and he had all these premiums. Or I guess he had all these premiums, and then he was like seeing if we wanted to buy them because he knows that we're Hot Wheels guys, and we didn't want any premiums or anything. But then he had a bunch of cars, just a bunch of regular cars, and a big box of them. And then so he's like, well, here, I'll just give you these cars. So we had all these cars. And for the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whenever there was a kid in the store, we were like, hey, you like Hot Wheels? Go, here's a big box. Go through it and pick out one. And we gave all the kids Hot Wheels. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it was fun.
Get them started.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, do you sell Hot Wheels in the store?
Nah, I don't want to. It'd be too much of it. Because I basically buy them and then get the treasure hunts and then sell everyone crappy cars. No, I wouldn't. That's I would feel guilty. I'd leave the treasure hunts and the supers in there, and then I'd be like, somebody's gonna buy it. Yeah.
They got this new assortment they send to 7-Elevens.
Yeah. What's that?
And they have this new assortment they sent to 7-Elevens.
No way, really?
Yeah, and there's like 6 cars in there.
Oh.
Every 7-Eleven you go into, all 5 of the cars, 5 of the 6 are in every store. The 6th one you can't find anywhere.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's the way they always do it. Same with the McDonald's Monopoly, and
that's why I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't be unfair. I'd give everybody everything. Hell, I'd probably take some of my treasure hunts and just stick them in there if I did. But I don't really want to sell Hot Wheels right now. I don't have a section. If I had a bigger store, I definitely have a section. I definitely have a Hot Wheels section.
But you need a lot of room.
Yeah, I need a lot of wall space, but it'd probably be good because then I could sell a lot of my extra collections. Like I told you when I went to Alabama or whatever, and I found all those Porsches, and I bought like 120 something of one car. Yeah, they were the Gulf livery.
It's not an addiction.
But they were Porsche 356s, and they were Gulf livery. Yeah, and there was just like this giant pool filled with all these, like, I don't know, had to be 100 crates that they put in there, and nobody liked that car in Alabama, like up in the woods, like it was like out in the country, so it was just filled with them. So it was really good. But
you see the Porsche set they sold to Walmart?
No, what is there a special one?
Yeah, it's a 6-car set.
Oh, yeah, I haven't bought those sets.
And of course, the only one you can't get is the 914-6.
Oh, dang. Huh.
That's the only way you can get. All the others. They're everywhere, but you can't get the 914-6.
Right.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
Or, from their point of view, a business plan.
Yeah. I think it's great that Hot Wheels makes special cars and just puts them in with all the other ones and sells them for the same price.
Well, sure, all the special stuff is keeps it fresh and new and keeps collectors,
keeps people coming back. You come back all the time and check.
It is a business. To us, it's a hobby. To them, it's a business.
Yeah.
What's that old saying from the guy at the toy store? It's that your dreams are our nightmares.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't.
They got a big problem with the collectors club stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't agree with that stuff.
People get online and they're doing, and then they get to the end to pay, and they're gone. What do you mean they're gone?
Yeah.
Because they bought 60 in a whack.
Yeah. Well, I got problems like that. Like it's not fair. I got a distributor. There's a car right now that's RC10. It's a clear RC10, right? RC10 is like one of the most classic, like the beginner RC cars. And they had one that came out where they made all the parts clear. Like the whole thing is clear. Everything that could be clear, plastic is made clear. The body's clear. The whole thing is anodized white aluminum and stuff. So it's a special edition of this car that was made 40 years ago, right? Well, my distributor, I ordered like 4 of them. And then my distributor, like not everyone got fulfilled because they didn't come in. And they said, well, we got people that ordered 80 cars. And I'm like, well, you can't. I mean, they're eBaying them at that point. It's not fair. I was like, I have 4 customers that are waiting, and they said, well, they assured me that in the beginning everyone will get 2, but I just think it's unfair that you can have an order for 80. You should limit it.
I want these.
Yeah,
two,
there should
so
be a limit. You
we'll
should
go
only
and make me
get, maybe 4, 6,
Yeah, just so that you know that you'd sell it to customers, like
Right.
just eBaying everything. That's why I don't like my friend. He's really into Hot Wheels and he buys a lot of supers and stuff like that. But I don't really have an interest in buying a super because the whole thing about a super to me is one day I'll find one. I've never found one in the wild. I find a lot of treasure hunts, but I've never found a super.
No.
To my knowledge, I mean, I probably found them and missed them. But,
Hey, Max.
Yep.
There's a movement on the comments to have a contest to get you to come over if they win, to have you go over to their house and organize their stash.
oh my god!
Not when they see the price of food and board.
you should get him to come over and then explain to you as he's doing it why he's doing it.
Let me tell you something. He flew into D.C. last weekend, and I went over. We went to
Hobby Works.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you something.
Gave him an
I got the entire tour experience.
Right.
There were people following us around to hear his explanations about every plane in the museum.
Oh yeah. When he's in the store, like a customer will come up, and I just leave him. And it's just like, dude, you're in for the greatest 48 minutes of your learning in your life.
Yeah.
You know?
To buy a Hot Wheel car.
Yeah.
I actually just came in to use the bathroom.
Right.
Well, listen, I have got to get over to the dry cleaner and get my uniforms before they close. And my sister is waiting on me. That's where I'm going for dinner tonight.
Ian.
Yeah.
What you ought to have is, you ought to have little video terminals at certain portions of the store.
Mm-hmm.
And you push the button, and Max explains what's in that section of the store.
Oh, wow. You'd have to have a really
Welcome
big
to my island.
Yeah.
Mommy, the man made me learn things. I'm not in school.
If you want to learn about, and then you just click all.
If you would like to learn about the North American P-51 Mustang that you just picked up,
and you have an hour and a half, click this button.
No. But yeah, I know how to do it. It activates when they take it off the shelf, and it stops when they put it back.
Oh my God.
No, they'll put it back too quick.
and why you won't be able to build it, young person.
No, I've got it. When they pull the kit off, the thing's on the kit. And you know those things they have for security checks they have to cancel?
Yep.
Okay. Only thing is this, until you buy it, it keeps talking.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you try to leave, it's like it'll follow you in your dreams.
It shocks you.
That's terrifying. That's a terrifying invention.
Well, I got to scoot, guys. I want to thank everybody that showed up for this little completely unexpected.
Show me.
You got something else you want to show? Oh, go ahead.
Look, Steve, look at these. I got the sandwich display things where you put a car in it and then it squishes it and stuff and whatever.
Yeah, they call them keepers.
Yeah, something. I've seen these because I build watches, so they use this kind of type of stuff so that when you put small parts down, they don't move around. Like, I guess that's where the technology came from. But I sell them in the store like as display little things. They're like $3.
Oh wow, I got a few things I could stick in something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's a neat idea.
Coins and stuff. Cool. Well, guys, I'm going to have to sign off. Unfortunately, the real world is calling, and I want to thank everyone who coming out and joining us. And Ian, the shop's closed today, so we're playing about the place to ourselves. So I don't have an outro or anything. Yeah. Hey, I put on an almost clean shirt. Got one this thing there. But anyway, I really need a bib. But I just want to thank everybody coming out. I hope you had a little unexpected joy today going through all this stuff. If you're in the Jacksonville area, swing by. Work a deal out with Ian, and
not Mondays or Tuesdays.
Not Mondays or close Mondays and Tuesdays.
Call me before.
So we'll talk to you later. When I hit the button, this is just going to stop. I don't have an outro because I'm on my little laptop. But I want to thank everybody for coming out. It'll probably still be up on the interweb, though. Take care of yourselves, as always. Model on. And I got to hit the